Hey y'all, today I'm going to be making some dehydrated beef jerky, and Caleb and Kaylin have been wanting this for a long time. So I was asked by the company Elechomes, there's the name, to review their dehydrator. So I thought it would be the perfect time to make them the beef jerky. So what I got was this top round, and you see it has just minimum fat, just hardly none, which will make a good beef jerky. And then here is the appliance, the dehydrator, and I think it's really pretty, and I like how you can see through it to watch whatever it is you're dehydrating. So I will just fix the jerky in that, and we'll see how well it does. I'm going to go ahead and cut the meat in real thin slices, and then I'm going to come back and make the marinade and put it on the meat, and then tomorrow morning I'll come back and put the meat in the dehydrator, and we'll let it go for I'll have to read however long it needs to go, and we'll see how it turns out. So I'll be back in a few minutes and show you the meat. Let's go ahead and put the marinade together. You can find a ton of the marinades online. You may find something you like a lot more than this one. I think this one is kind of traditional for jerky, and it's got a real good flavor. And so it's what I thought I would use. So for the meat, I cut the pieces about that thick. If you can tell, it's just not very thick at all. And I have put all of it in a gallon-sized baggie. So this is a real simple thing to mix up. Use half a cup of soy sauce. And as you know, I usually don't measure, but I think this would probably do better if I do measure it. And then 1/4 of a cup of Worcestershire. I'm not sure where I'll lay the lid. A 1/2 of a teaspoon of liquid smoke, and a teaspoon of hot sauce. I'm using Frank's. I really like the flavor of Frank's. A teaspoon of the garlic. Wow, I got way too much. Okay. A teaspoon of the onion salt. Half of a teaspoon of black pepper. and half of a cup of brown sugar. I need to grab a spoon. So you're going to want firmly packed brown sugar. And if you hear that behind you, I didn't think to cut it off, but it's a little ice maker. So I'll have to remember from now on to cut that off. And I'm sorry if it's hindered you from hearing the recipe. So if I had packed that down good, it would be half a cup. So you just stir all this up. Get everything mixed good, especially the sugar. And I am going to pour it in the meat. I'm going to make sure it gets all over the meat. And I'm going to let it marinate until tomorrow morning when I put this meat in the dehydrator. I used to have a different dehydrator years ago, and I really enjoyed the jerky. So I put my spoon in the sink. Let me grab another one. I like to get the last little bit of stuff. Okay. Now we just want to make sure you close the top real well. Because if not, it might go flying everywhere. And then just move your meat around so that the marinade can get all on all the pieces. And this is what it looks like now. And I will see you in the morning when we will go to the next step of putting it in the dehydrator. Okay, this is the next day, and our meat has set in the refrigerator overnight, and I poured it out into a colander and dabbed it with paper towels to get the excess marinade off of it. I didn't completely get it really dry because I want to have as much flavor as I can on the jerky. So now I'll bring you down, and this is what the dehydrator looks like. The control panel, and it's the time and temperature, the on-off button, the plus to add more time, and the minus to add more time or increase or decrease your temperature. I think I said yesterday, I really like the fact that the trays are clear so you can keep an eye on your food. So now all I'm going to do is take the meat and load it up on the trays. And you do not want to have your meat overlapping. so you won't get a true sense of has it completely dehydrated if you have it overlapping. So this is going to take just a few minutes, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like once everything is ready to start the process. So I got all the meat loaded on the trays, and I used all of them but one, and I used 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4 trays. So now let me take the lid off so maybe you can see better. And you just put the lid on, and then here is the timer, and I'm turning it on, and it says 8 hours. Oops, I did the wrong one. At 95 degrees. We want it about 158. So it's at 158. And I don't know if you can hear the air blowing in it, but it's starting to work. So we'll check it at about 4 hours just to see how it's doing, and we'll keep a good eye on it after the 4-hour mark. But I have a feeling this is going to take at least twice as long to cook. So anyway, when we come back, we'll have beef jerky. And I'm really excited about this for the kids. I used to love to eat beef jerky, but now I can't handle it. But it's fun to make and easy. So I'll see you back in a minute. Okay, it's the next day, and it was pretty late last night when I finished up with the dehydrated beef, and so I just decided to wait until this morning to do the last part. And here's the meat, and this is had a lot eaten out of it. Kaylin and Caleb absolutely love it. It turned out great. I know you can't tell much by just looking at it, but it just really turned out to be so good. And I hate to say that I can't eat it now with my dental issues and all, because I used to really love jerky, but I did put some in my mouth just to taste the flavor of the marinade and all, and it was real good. It was real good. The only thing I would do different would probably be if I had that size roast again, I probably would maybe double the marinade just so the flavor would be stronger in the meat. And because a lot of you know I like real strong flavors. And so that is about it for the meat. And I want to talk for a moment about the dehydrator, and I'll bring you down. Again, it's made by Elechomes. It's real simple to use. You only have 4 buttons, and they're all self-explanatory. And I love how easy it is to use. I'm not one to want to learn new technical stuff. And so this was just really a very easy thing. The whole thing was very easy to learn. Now the trays I'm real impressed by, because I had a dehydrator years ago, and these trays were kind of an off-white color, and the marinade and meat would stain them up, and they looked terrible, and you know, it just made it unappealing. to use the dehydrator. And these have not been washed yet from last night, and they look totally clean, no stains or anything. So I really like this, and I'm going to be using it to do fruit and different kinds of meat and whatever else I can find to dehydrate, because it was a lot of fun. So if there is a coupon code, which I'm not sure yet if there'll be one, but I think there will be one, I'll put it in the description. And if you're looking for a dehydrator, I'm not saying this because I'm showing you this one, but this is a good, easy dehydrator to use, and I do recommend it. I think you would really like it. So that is that for today. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Be safe. Know that if nobody else cares, I do. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.